Alright. Next episode, last one for tonight, is Catching Cold. It stars Robert Capron, who is the chubby kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. I forget his name. But not only that, you have the geeky girl, plays his sister in this. The one with the pigtails, I think she's in it. I haven't seen the movies, obviously. My brother was into that stuff. We have Sarah Jane Redmond, who played Nell on Smallville. And we got two supernatural actors in this. Ty Olsson, who played Benny Lafayette the Vampire. And Nicholas Elia, who played Ben, Dean's somewhat stepson, Lisa's son, whatever. On the show, so that's pretty cool. So, this episode is about a fat kid obsessed with ice cream truck. I feel offended. Just a little bit. It's like, so they make it clear that he becomes obsessed with this truck at some point. Like, they make clear that he's supposed to become obsessed with this truck. Pimples breaking out. So, they make it clear that this truck finds someone who wants it, and it gives them a taste, and that's what hooks them, and that's when they become obsessed with it. But clearly they were trying to send some messages here. It's like, so one message is like drug addiction. Like, he gets one taste of it, he's hooked, he wants more. Drug addiction. But another message that I caught that the guy I watched reviews didn't get, because I'm a fat person myself, is fat kid wants ice cream. And that is very evident that whoever wrote this episode says, hey, we'll write this episode for a fat kid. You get a fat kid to play the main character. He loves ice cream. First scene of this episode has the ice cream truck barreling down the road. Kid's in his room. Mom's yelling at him for not picking up his room and just kind of just shoving things under his bed. He hears the ice cream truck comes running down the stairs. Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cream! And he's asking people for money for ice cream. And do this thing where he asks his mom says, no, you gotta clean your room. Then he goes to his sister, and his sister says, no, you owe me $5. His dad comes home and he almost grabs the wallet, but he opens up the drawer underneath where the wallet is sitting, and he sees there's a $20 bill in there. And there, you think, oh, he didn't steal from his dad's wallet. Yeah, but he still took a $20 bill from the drawer. That's still stealing. And then he runs out after the ice cream truck. And then he still becomes obsessed with the truck after this, because he's a fat kid. He must be obsessed with ice cream. And he becomes obsessed with this ice cream. Completely obsessed. One night, he's, laying there. He goes as far. I think the whole drug addiction thing is what they're going for. But clearly, they saw this as, oh, fat kid loves ice cream. We can start with that and keep going. And we got him talking to his friend the next day, talking about the creamy cold ice cream truck. And there's this guy, the mailman or something, in this text. Oh, hey, you say creamy cold? Something that happened back when I was a kid. Jimmy Jeffries. And I'm thinking, when I was watching the guy do the review, because he didn't mention this, but I thought of something. So, this mailman, supposedly, this thing with Jimmy Jeffries happened when this guy was a kid. And they said it was 30 years ago. The actor they have portraying the mailman is clearly in his 50s. So, 30 years earlier, at most, he would be in his 20s. That's not when he was a kid. And when they show Jimmy Jeffries later, he looks like Bray Wyatt. It's not the real actor, but it's the guy that played the minor 49er ghost in Scooby-Doo. This guy's got to be at least in his 30s, possibly 40s. maybe he's late 30s. He doesn't look that old when he finds him. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like, at least the mailman doesn't seem like he'd be a kid when this happens. But about Jimmy Jeffries. We never see this mailman again, by the way. And they make it seem like he's the only one that can see the truck because he's obsessed. He's the one that's obsessed with it because his friend keeps saying he never sees a truck going around. Yet, there's one night where he sees the truck and he stopped from going out by his dad and the truck is gone. Not that the dad can't see it. Like, the truck is gone. Like the kid's like, it was right there, but it's gone. And then we see that it snuck around and it's hiding it. Like, well, if he's the only one that can see it, why is the truck hiding? It makes no sense. So, the truck leaves an ice cream cone for him, and then we see there's someone in the back, and you can assume it's Jimmy Jeffries, which we do find out that's the truth. And after he eats his ice cream cone, he becomes obsessed with it. But, like, it's making fun of fat kids. As a fat kid myself, I'm very offended. Like, he's like, and then start eating it. And afterwards, he's like, more! Give me more! Give me more! I know that they were trying to go for addiction, but to me, it seems more like, I'm fat, I eat food, give me food, give me ice cream, I want ice cream, I want junk food, I'm fat, I'm a fat kid, give me ice cream. That's what it seems like to me. He gets to the level where he draws an ice cream cone on a piece of paper, on a notebook, and then licks the paper. What? I don't... He gets so obsessed with it, his dad... His dad gets him a bike. It's not new, it's used, but he gets him a bike so he can ride around because he's too big for his other bike. That kid. Anyway, so he gets the bike, and the next thing we see him ride over to his friend's house and say, hey, I'll give you the bike for $20. Also, you can catch the ice cream truck and buy it out for $20 worth of ice cream. Now maybe you're asking, well, if he got rid of his bike, how's he gonna catch the truck? Because when they brought the bike in, I'm like, oh, so he's gonna use that to catch the truck. But no, that's not what the scene was for. We are clearly shown that there's that thing that cops put out so they can pop the tires of the bad guys and stuff. That's in the trunk. And he asks about it, and he's told that's what it was. So that's the thing. He sells the bike for $20, which a bike for $20, you can get more off of that. But anyway, he sells the bike for $20. And then that night, he eats his dinner real fast, and he says he's going to go out for a bike ride. And he leaves. And he steals his dad's keys, opens the trunk, because his dad's a cop, I forgot to mention. And he takes the thing and he sticks it out in the road so that he can catch the truck. And he does. And it works. And he gets in the truck. He goes, did you guys come and that's right, me, Jimmy Jeffries. And Jimmy Jeffries reveals that the ice cream truck has a mind of its own and it needs a soul to keep going. And that's why it chose Marty. That's the kid's name. I think that's the first time I said it. And that's why it chose Marty. Because he's the first kid since Jimmy Jeffries that wanted it so badly. And so now Jimmy Jeffries is able to leave free and clear. And Marty is stuck there. There's one problem though. There's one little thing. So Jimmy Jeffries opens the back hatch and stands there talking to Marty. This is the perfect time for Marty to just run out. Now, it's possible the door would just shut. But it's still a chance. He just stands there and takes this. Then the door shuts and he goes to leave out the window he climbed in. That shuts. So he's stuck in the truck. This kid. Stuck in the truck. That's what addiction gives you. Or it if you're a lazy fat kid and you want another ice cream, you're gonna get stuck in a truck. I know that, the guy I watched said it was about drug addiction, but all I can see as a former fat kid and a fat guy myself is that this is knocking on fat people. That because if the actor they picked wasn't fat, I wouldn't have seen it that way. If they got a kid that was just a regular, if they switched it and Nicholas Elia was the one going after it, I could see the drug addiction angle. But because they have the chubby kid, Rowley, that's his name. Because they have Rowley, the chubby kid Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, chasing after an ice cream truck, all I can see is fat kid wants ice cream. That's all I can see. And to me, that's disrespectful. Just to a fat guy. That's disrespectful. So, but I'm not saying the episode's bad, just maybe if you wanted one message, you shouldn't have hired a kid that would send a different one. If you wanted to send a message of drug addiction, don't hire a fat kid. It's going to send a different message because it's a fat kid going after an ice cream truck. That doesn't tell me drug addiction. That tells me fat kid wants to be fatter and wants ice cream because he's a fat kid. That's what it tells me. And that's kind of hurtful to me, who is also a fat person. Just saying. Anyway, it's not a bad episode. It's actually pretty good. It's very creepy, to be honest. But yeah. So what are your opinions on this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.